All right, guys, we got introduced to Chris Webby via his collaborations with Ren, and I've dived into a couple of his songs so far, and they were absolute fire. Raw Thoughts 7, his North of Richmond remix, really, really good stuff. I've been recommended this one a bunch from him solo, which is Back on My BS. Told I would like it. Looking at the first screen grab here, Shadowbanned Prison. I mean, I've been there, guys. If you don't know, quick tidbit about me during 2023, 2024, I got targeted under a suppression campaign that the Biden administration had called Operation Chokepoint 2.0. It basically shut down my business, kicked me off many social media sites, shadow banned me across all the rest, led to me getting audited by the IRS and federally investigated, all of which I was completely free and clear of any wrongdoing, just practicing my free speech of honestly not even very politically heavy topics, but they did not like people that had more conservative viewpoints in financial services businesses. That's what got me targeted and attacked, probably a lot different than what Webby got, but the violations of our rights and our liberties as Americans are nonetheless the same, so I think this will be something I can relate to if he's speaking about those struggles, particularly those years. Some of those same systems that were put into place back then are still in place with some of the social media companies. Others have backed out and opened up their platforms. YouTube, unfortunately, isn't one. There's still many words I could say here at the beginning of this video that will cause it to get almost no views. And if you don't believe that, just scroll through my catalog, man. Under any normal algorithm, how can I have video getting 1,000 views, 1,000 views, 1,000 views, 30 views, 1,000 views, 1,000 views, 1,000 views, 25 views, 1,000 views? Like, it's so obvious when it happens. So let's take a look at Chris Webby's Back on My BS.
You know, nowadays, people find one thing you said 8, 9, 10 years ago, bring it back up now and cancel your whole fucking career over it. So let me make it easy for you and just say it all right now. My pronouns are fuck you and suck my dick. Unglued, I punch through and bust my clip. I'm a feminist worst enemy running my lip. Now get back in the kitchen, you fucking uptight bitch. Far as gender roles go, maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just sick of women's marches blocking the road. Sick of a culture where a bitch will think looks alone is enough to walk around like the whole world owes them. And in my opinion, ladies, yo, we both got a place in the way that the world works, since we all were just apes. And when you need us to protect you, man, he'll shoulder the weight. And if he doesn't, he's a pussy, which I know is the case with a lot of these little Gen Z arrogant jerks who got so many MMR shots they brains don't work. And
whoa, what happened? That was weird. Well, it's about that time for I stop for my vibe check anyway, but that was really weird that like the video, I don't know. So it seems like he's kind of taking a page in the beginning here out of like the Nick Fuentes playbook. You say some fairly common sense things, but in a exaggerated way to get the most traction out of it as possible on social media. I don't really agree with that philosophy, but I don't hate on the people that do it. I just think, I don't know, saying things in intentionally inflammatory ways doesn't help us have a conversation. But who knows, maybe it does in the comments. I personally think it's kind of hilarious, though, how many people have left me horrendously insulting and threatening comments for reacting to Ren, even though I don't think I've said in my videos anything 1/10 as inflammatory as what Webby says here. And Webby is literally doing an album with him. So if you think Ren would despise and cast aside me, as some of you do in the comments, and have even threatened me to stop reacting to his music, yeah, I don't think you're really in as much of a mind meld with the artist as you think you are, man, because this is the guy he's currently making an album with. So
my pronouns are fuck you and suck my dick. Unglued, I punch through and bust my clip. I'm a feminist worst enemy running my lip. Now get back in the kitchen, you fucking uptight bitch. Far as gender roles go, maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just sick of women's marches blocking the road. Sick of a culture where a bitch will think looks alone is enough to walk around like the whole world owes them. And in my opinion, ladies, yo, we both got a place in the way that the world works, since we all were just apes. And when you need us to protect you, man, he'll shoulder the weight. And if he doesn't, he's a pussy, which I know is the case with a lot of these little Gen Z arrogant jerks who got so many MMR shots, they brains don't work. And they been saying for years that autism's on the rise. No shit, it's right in front of our eyes. And yeah, I know that I'm an old head now, I'm grown and graduated. I made it just in time to be considered outdated to a younger generation who didn't grow up saying Jew jokes and words like faggot when they were playing. So now I'm just a bigot for the culture I was raised in, back in the days when Chinese just meant Asian and people were too busy to just sit around complaining. So why the whole world keep changing? Spread the word. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. If you're a pussy, I suggest you run and hide. And go tell your friends. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. And this time I think I've truly lost my mind.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I'm the generation that I grew up with an iPad, so I think it's silly what these kids identify.
This is the shit that like blows my fucking mind, man. Cause like, this is the type of shit Eminem was doing back in the early 2000s. And now Eminem's all in the left-wing echo chamber, be sensitive to everyone. He releases Houdini like it's some kind of like, oh, you know, I'm back at saying things you're not supposed to say, and doesn't even say anything controversial. It's like, bro, go listen to your old albums, man. It was like this. Like, dude, like M had whole songs about like crazy shit. I can't even say it because it'll probably get this video demonetized on YouTube. Like, I don't understand. And like, that was the culture I was raised in. I think a lot of you younger heads have to understand that when you grew up with like open discrimination and slurs and stuff like that happening, and you know, maybe thought it was wrong, right? And you've learned and gotten older and been like, hey, you know, we should really treat people better and more sensitive. Bringing up that stuff from the past or misinterpreting things that people say now and twisting their words around to then call them a worse thing than the people were that were actually saying those words. Like, the whole logic just doesn't, it doesn't track, and it's not cohesive. It's not common sense. It's not critical thinking at all. Like, we should be pointing out issues, challenging popular opinion, and coming up with the best results as a civilization. We shouldn't be mandating how people should think, feel, and view the world. Just as simple as that. Anytime we go down that road of trying to mandate how people think, mandate how people feel on things, it doesn't end well. Just pick up a history book and read it, man. Dude, this Blues Clues part was cracking me up. I'm gonna rewind back to this.
Run and hide. And go tell your friends. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. And this time I think I've truly lost my mind.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I'm the generation that I grew up with an iPad, so I think it's silly what these kids identify as. Still make jokes anytime I see a pride flag, never out of hate, it's just funny to me, my bad. Is it a trans man or a cross-dressing man who's physically achieving the things that only a man can? Then demanding that I be calling a ma'am, and shit is out of hand, but damn trans ma'am, I'm just a dumb cis man, but at least I'm trying to fucking understand. But it seems that I've been passed by the society that I'm in, walking around looking confused at things like Biden. Wait, let me not compare myself to a pedophile, though I do buy coke from his son once in a while. He be putting in his orders to an Al-Qaeda supporter who just walks right over the fucking border about a mile. Hunter did the whole pile.
I want to show you these 3 things.
Okay, kiddo. Let me get back to it, okay? I love you. That's the thing that blows me away, like, about the current political climate, is everybody wants to point out all of these wrongdoings from, you know, the Trump admin and the people surrounding Trump and everything else. And I don't have a problem with it. Investigate them, go after them, whatever. If people are doing sketchy shit, fucking, I'll get the rope, you pick the tree. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that difficult. But yet, when you reply back, well, why didn't you have that energy when Biden, with Hunter Biden, with Camilla, with all these other, with Obama, with Clinton, then it's Nazi, fascist. It's like, bro, it's all fucking like branches off the same damn tree. Like, either keep the energy or don't. Yeah.
Just did a couple bumps, then he bought a couple. The fucking border about a mile. Hunter did the whole pile. I just did a couple bumps, then he bought a couple kids and he threw them in the trunk. Wait, fuck, I am so not down with this kind of stuff. And that's how I killed myself when the Clintons showed up. Yeah, I'ma talk shit in a world gone stupid. Taking ivermectin while the world got boosted. Trying to hold ground while the world's uprooted. Speaking up till the world mutes it. Spread the word. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. If you're a pussy, I suggest you run and hide. And go tell your friends. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. And this time I think I've truly lost my mind.
You're all a bunch of pussies.
Ever since I said I'm voting Trump, I've been a bad guy too. A group of fans I didn't even know I had to lose. And since you're leaving, let me read you one last haiku. Yo, guess what? I voted for him last time too. But you used to hate Trump. How dare you change your opinion? How dare you grow as a person? How dare you say something different than the stuff you used to say? How dare you consider switching? I loved you when I agreed. Now I hate you just for existing. Hate you for this, that, and I hate you for living. I'll comment every time you post and I'll say that you're grifting and hate women. You're a racist and a shameful depiction. A white privilege, a supremacist, a rapist, a villain, a fucking Nazi. Basically, he murdered the Jews. He dog whistles, gaslights are the words that I use. I don't quite know what they mean, but I heard them on the news. What I'm trying to say is, Webby, fuck you. Fuck you, bitch, I'm still the same Webby. I'm still in Connecticut. I'm still donating every year to save the elephants. Still say thank you for your service to the veterans. And still fuck your mom every Thursday when I'm in town. I bust that bitch down. Didn't like me then? Well, how you like me now? Cause bitch, I'm a pro. I don't need a pro now. So from right now till I'm in the ground, go and spread the word. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. If you're a pussy, I suggest you run and hide. Pussy. Then go tell your friends. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. And this time I think I've truly lost my mind. And now I'm back on my bullshit.
Webby's back, motherfucker.
Forget about it, Frankie.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was good. Woo. Dude, Webby is fearless. I had no idea that Webby like used to have a liberal fan base and then some of them turned on him. Like, man, it's kind of funny because I kind of went through the same thing in a microcosm really quickly with Ren fans because I mean, I've never really hidden my opinions or how I view the world or things like that. And a lot of my opinions change over time and everything else, like a good opinion should. When more facts prevalent and evident, you adjust your opinion to the one that makes the most sense. That's critical thinking. Like, I don't know why that's demonized in our culture lately. But yeah, I put out my first Ren reaction and people were just all over me and loving on me and, oh, this is so great, blah, 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 blah. And then in the second one, I go into Money Game series, so I talk about my experience and, you know, how I was actively suppressed and oppressed by the Biden administration. And oh my Lord, did I get a slew of comments. I made a whole video about it just because they were so insane. It's like nothing I've ever gotten before. I mean, I've posted way less popular opinions than that online, let me tell you. I've been in the social media game for 6 years and I've been around, you know, the metals community and stuff like that. I've posted plenty of unpopular positions. I mean, I've called out scammers and called out frauds and shady dealers and everything else. That gets you a whole level of hate. That's very unexpected. But I never had people pigeonhole me so quickly and put me into opinions I never said. That's what was really shocking about me, right? If I was in the gold and silver community and I came out and said, hey, you know, I think this dealer's running a racket because of X, Y, and Z, and then a bunch of that dealer's fans attack me, like, I understand why they're attacking me, right? But then when I say, hey, here's how I was oppressed by this left-wing administration in the United States, and then all of a sudden I'm getting called a Nazi, a MAGA cultist, a Trump worshiper, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I didn't even say in that video that I supported Trump. Like, I just said what the left did to me. It's crazy. It's crazy how, like, facts, real lived life experience, real things that happened to me. I could make a whole video 2 hours long showing all the proof, showing the letters I got closing all my bank accounts, showing the emails from the IRS agents and auditing my business, showing the emails from the special agents that were investigating me, showing screen grabs of my social media following going from hundreds of thousands of impressions a day to dozens, like overnight. I could show all these things. I could show the posts that got me banned off different sites, like off TikTok. My posts that I don't think anyone in this audience, left or right, would see as controversial, but yet got flagged and caused me to lose a 15,000 follower TikTok page, which was like my second TikTok page that had gotten taken down. So like I could make a 3-hour long friggin' documentary sharing all this stuff, but it's kind of like, why? I would be trying to convince people who are already prejudging me for statements that I never even made. They're already fighting ghosts. So why am I going to just go out there and spend all this time and effort to fight opinions that I haven't even stated yet? It's just silliness. I just generally don't engage with those people after a certain point. Like if somebody comes at me mad in the comments for whatever, I'll try and explain my position or side. If they just keep hurling ad hominems and twisting my own words and everything else, then I just block them, just get rid of it. Because obviously they're not in a position to hear common sense for whatever reason. Maybe they're going through a struggle themselves that's caused by this administration or not, or whatever, mental health issues. But either way, it's not anything I can resolve. But yeah, I see why you guys wanted me to watch this, man. This was fire. I had a genuinely good time, and I will listen to this song quite a bit, especially when I'm feeling those frustrations, man. This is a good outlet for that. Because like something that gets forgotten a lot is like we're all people, right? We're all just people. I have a bit of a thicker skin than the average person, right? I've been in corporate America. I've been in social media for a while. So like I have a thicker skin than a lot of people, but it's still like fucked up to hear like horrible things said about you and your family and threats and attacks and everything else. Like it's still not good for your mental health, no matter how like secure in your positions are. It's definitely tough if you're not in a good mental state, which is why when I was going through hard things, I detached from all my social media followings for like a year and a half. But even when you're standing on a pretty strong foundation, like it still sucks. I don't understand why people feel justified in doing that to other people and acting that way. And I mean, I've had way beyond happen to me in the like metals community than what's happened to me in the YouTube community so far, and like the reaction community. So don't get me wrong in that sense. Like I've received more blanketed hatred in the reaction community, especially after reacting to Ren, than I have anywhere else, just coming in blanket flows. But I've received much worse vitriolic hatred when I was in the metal community, especially calling out people's scams and stuff like that, which I would do on a regular basis. I mean, people impersonating me, my employees, members of my family, and then trying to go around and ruin business relationships I had and stuff like that. Like I've had some people do some really fucked up shit, right? Which is why, like, when I first started going through all of those struggles with my account, with my business and stuff like that, I honestly thought a lot of that was an attack from haters, from people that were report bombing my posts and all of that kind of stuff. It wasn't until the Trump admin came in and I read about the suppression campaigns of Biden. And then I think I specifically got an email about OCP2 and me being a potential victim and stuff. And that all of that started kind of to form together as to figure out what happened. All of this stuff happened around the time that they ramped up that policy and everything, which was early 2023, late 2022. And that's when all of this stuff happened, right? Like my shadow bans and stuff started end of 2022, and my account shutdowns were in early 2023, IRS audit in early 2023, federal investigation in late 2022. All of this stuff was right in that same time period that they were running an operation on my industry to do exactly those things as a playbook to squash voices and businesses of dissent against the federal government and specifically their administration. So kind of wild, man. Kind of wild. Feel like I'm in some kind of novel sometimes because the shit is just bizarre, but I'm sure Webby can empathize with that feeling. So great video. Loved it, guys. Thank you. Spoke to my story really well. Made me feel very good and not alone, which sometimes I do very much so in that stuff. Even though I know some other people have gone through the same type of things, it's still not saying that is recognized like in the zeitgeist of something that happened to tens of thousands of people. So it's always nice when I get to hear others' stories and can relate in that aspect, feel a little less alone in the targeted attacks. Everything I've heard from Webby so far is stuff I will really re-listen to over and over. So I really need to try and make some more effort to dive into more of his music. It's tough. I got so many things. His collabs with Ren are coming out right now. I'm still diving down the Tom McDonald rabbit hole. I still am diving down the Ren rabbit hole. I got the chapters I want to finish. I got the tales I want to get into. I also have all these ancillary artists attached to those guys that I want to dive into. A lot of people told me I would like some of Dax's stuff. Thinking about Adam Calhoun, Nova Rockefeller, Tom's girlfriend, who's made a ton of great music that people have said I would like. The Big Push and all of Ren's stuff with them, and then other ancillary characters in the Renoverse there. So there's a lot of stuff I want to react to. Plus, I still got a lot of political videos and stuff I want to react to. So my toughest thing right now is just finding time to record all of the stuff and consume it all, because I want to do all my reactions live. I want to do them all in front of you guys, sharing my real thoughts and real emotions in the moment. Too little time, because each video is anywhere from 2 to 4, 6 hours of editing, depending on how in-depth it is. And so that can make it tough sometimes and make me have to work really, really hard. I think people underestimate how hard doing this kind of stuff and having a video out every single day that's edited and packaged with the thumbnail and SEO optimized and all of that, like how hard that actually is from a workload standpoint for one person to do solo. So plus I have a young kid that I want to spend time with, a wife, elderly father, all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm not going to go on some journey about that. Just saying, I guess that's a good tie into thank you to my supporters. If you want to support the channel, you can tip through YouTube or directly through me through the PayPal link in my bio and in the pinned comment. Also, if you would like to get shouted out or get any of the other benefits, we have channel membership. And lastly, if you want to give support for free, completely for free, guys, if you watch the video to this point, you can like this video, share this video, and comment. You don't have to write a big, long life story. Can just be a couple emojis or a great reaction or something like that. Doesn't have to be anything super thought out unless you want it to be. I do my best to read every comment. So if you do want to share your stories or your thoughts or your insight or disagree with what I have to say or agree with what I have to say, I love to have those discussions. Drop them down below. Even if I don't get to responding, I will still read it, contemplate whatever points you guys want to put out there for me. And that is all completely free and helps out a ton. So thank you guys. Another awesome video from Webby. Appreciate the recommendations. Let's get back to work, guys. Keep praying. I'll see you in the next one.